This issue of Law Talk focuses on winter riding of ORVs on county roads, routes, and state and federal forest roads.
Hello, it's Groomer Dave, and we're doing another Law Talk video today and answering some questions. And I'm here with my good friend Sergeant Myers from the Lake County ORV Sheriff's Department, and we've got Howard Campbell behind the camera there, kind of as a producer. But anyway, we've been getting more and more questions, and what can we do, what can we not do, and we're just 2 or 3 days away from snowmobile season opening, and we've got 5, 6, 7 inches of snow outside this morning. And the question comes up every year, can I ride my side-by-side or my quad or our ORVs on the snowmobile trails? The answer is maybe. If it is a route or multi-use trails here in Lake County, it's all the trails that are on the east side of Highway 37. There is no law stating that you cannot ride your ORV on those trails if they're groomed snowmobile trails. But it kind of goes back to one of those things that just because you can doesn't mean you should. If they're groomed, and like I said, it could be me or Howard that could have been out there all night long or all day long in the tractor grooming the snow, and we ride sleds also, so it's one of those things that it's just a common sense and a common courtesy kind of thing. And then there's tons and tons of other riding here in Lake County that you can still go out and ride. We go out and ride that you're not going to be on groomed snowmobile trails, and that's kind of where we're going to get into some of the laws here on what you can and can't do. As far as riding the multi-use trails, there is no law right now that says you can't. Like I said, we just prefer you didn't. You get out into the state forest roads, the 2 tracks we call them, and then there's the federal 2 tracks. And now there are some differences of where you can go and where you can't. But again, lots and lots of miles to ride. And I'm going to let Bob kind of hit on what the law is on these state and federal roads.
Yeah, so when it comes to state, federal roads, we'll go back to multi-use trails, like you said. There is no law that says you can't. However, we also try to discourage operation once those trails are groomed of ORVs. Once they're groomed for snowmobile, we try to discourage that operation. However, there is no law against that. When you look to the state forest roads, those opportunities now still are open for ORV use. You would go to the Michigan DNR website. There's a live active map where you can zoom in on the area you're riding to see if those 2 tracks, forest roads, are open for use by the ORV. And then when it comes to the federal forest land, forest roads, the ones that have the 4-digit white numbers and the little brown signs, when you get onto those, the Avenza mapping, offline mapping is definitely the recommendation that I have for that. It's live, it'll show you where you're at, and it will show you if it's a legal road or not legal road. You got to look down in the legend. There's some shading on some roads as to whether or not it's legal and not during the winter time. But those are also an area to go ride, and really some very scenic riding. The law allows it.
It's awesome, right? I mean, that's where the majority of us ride, is on those roads. Now keep in mind, as far as the federal roads, if it is a groomed snowmobile trail, or if it's a designated snowmobile trail, it is off limits from December 1st to March 31st, whether there's snow on it or not. That is on the Fed side and on the Fed roads. And even on the east side of 37 on our multi-use, if you're cutting through and you have to jump on that groomed snowmobile trail for a quarter mile or whatever to get somewhere, just be respectful and be light on the gas pedal and easy on the brakes, and don't try to cut in big ruts that is going to take us forever to fill back in. And like I said, just common sense and just decency and courtesy is what it takes.
And make sure you have your headlights on, because one thing snowmobiles will be looking for, they are always on a snowmobile. So if you're operating an ORV, make sure you have those headlights on at all times, because that's kind of what a snowmobile rider would be looking for as they go through their trails as well.
And again, common sense, decency, and courtesy, and thanks for watching, and get out and ride and have a good time.
The legal opinions presented from the perspective of ORV law enforcement in Lake County, Michigan.